a price, right? It's not painless. It's not bloodless.
No,
we
not at
accept
all.
certain horrible things to happen in the name of freedom. And
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily true. We don't accept
I think so.
horrible things
Well,
will happen. We accept that there's a risk of them.
We have to anticipate that.
Look, because even with freedom, right, a terrorist attack doesn't just go, and not get responded to. I mean, that's not the point. That's not what freedom means.
No, but I'm saying if you were to, close the borders, take everyone's guns away, regulate every type of movement of every person in the country, in the name of freedom, is that, or in the name of safety, is that a country you'd want to live in?
No,
because if you do, that's North Korea would be a good model of it.
Sure, yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying the opposite of that isn't what we want either.
Anarchy?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not possible, though. It's not possible to have or to sustain anarchy.
No.
I mean,
not true anarchy.
Depending. I mean, it's like every other, conservative, libertarian, liberal. It depends on how you define the term anarchy.
Right. But if you're talking about the total lack of any kind of government, generally that doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Because there will be small groups and bands and tribes that will establish at least local government.
Some sort of control over people.
Tribals, elders, all kinds of stuff. So, anyways, I just thought that was...
Which is actually what happened, right? I mean, I imagine that's when human beings first came into existence, there were no governments.
6,000 years ago?
Right? I think it started with the ultimate form of anarchy. Right? I don't think there was like a government that came at the same time. Right? There wasn't like a big bang that also created government. You know what I'm saying? So we did come from anarchy, complete anarchy, and here we are, right? This is what it's evolved into.
I don't know if that's true.
What do you mean?
No, because I think even lower animals, if you want to classify it that way, evolve to have social networks.
Sure.
So I don't know that you can
evolve
but
to have it, right? They don't start.
Yeah, but if we evolve from primates, even the earliest primates had a social order.
And they were the first in the chain, is what you're saying. I don't want to get into evolution, how that works. What I'm saying is there was a start. Regardless of where the start came from.
No, I think you're wrong. I don't think you can.
There has to be a start.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can point to any point and say, all right, human beings evolved and there was anarchy, and then all of a sudden they developed a social order. I don't think that's the case at all. I think evolution is a bunch of minute gradations.
Yeah, sure.
It's like going from blue to red and having purple in between.
Yeah,
when
so
do
somewhere.
You say? But even that, even our precursors had some kind of social order. We can see that in the fossil record.
Yeah. All right.
So I think you're on dangerous
No,
ground
I think
there.
what I said is absolutely true.
No, I don't think there was just anarchy and then there was social
No,
order.
that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, you did.
That's my point.
Okay.
That's exactly my point.
But you're trying
somewhere
you're just trying to define it. At one point in history, there was anarchy, and in another point in history,
no, I wasn't
trying
to say that.
Explain it.
I was actually using the model of evolution to explain how at some point there was anarchy. Right? I'm sure.
I mean,
because
in the human line or in the
not
life line?
Yeah, at the beginning of life.
Oh,
fine.
Yeah, I don't know if you can describe it as anarchy.
I can describe it as whatever I want. That's my point.
I think there might have been randomness to some extent.
See?
Evolutional changes take place due to mutations and environmental changes. But
I don't know
that you can call it anarchy.
I don't know if Apple actually got into the iPhone or not. I do know, the FBI got into the iPhone or not.
Maybe they did a backdoor deal. Maybe it was Apple themselves.
Or an Apple employee that was like, hey, the FBI offered me some money. Yeah. Well, but I do know that Apple would like to know whether they got into it or not and how they got into it.
Oh boy, howdy!
I think it would be a good idea for the FBI to give that information to private industry.
I think so too,
to help them improve their products.
Yeah.
and security.
But it's not in their interest to do that.
No, of course not. Of course not. There is a possibility, though. I would imagine that if they do find some evidence and they have to, and they want to use that evidence in court of some whatever court case happens, that they may have to divulge some of that. Right? They can't just say, "Hey, we have this information, but we can't tell you how we got it."
I don't think there's going to be a court case against the two dead people.
No, not against the two dead people, but I
think
sure
they
there
wanted
will be
information.
Some things.
They wanted intel.
Sure.
On stuff, but I don't know.
But it may lead to.
It could, I guess. Yeah,
it could implicate other people.
Sure. I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, if it shows.
Hopefully, their evidence though is way more than a phone book. A phone book, an iPhone. Lead. Hopefully they'll have more evidence than just that to go to court.
Like a picture of a guy like, we didn't suspect him. That's Jerry down the hall.
Well, I could recognize him by his penis because it was a penis picture there.
Jeez. All right,
I had to go
let's
there.
move on.
I heard there was a corporation out there
that
was doing a bunch of workplace violence stuff, what to do, run and hide.
I think most of them are.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
I've seen
stuff like that.
I saw a video actually somebody posted online.
Run, hide, and then fight at the last resort.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. Somebody posted that one actually, and it's insane, right?
And then I saw some kind of memo where the company said, we're no longer going to refer to our scanning gun. They had either a supermarket, they have scanner guns or something. They said, we're not going to call them scanner guns or whatever. We're going to call them, just scanners. And it went out to the corporation, and the employees were like, what the hell is going on?
Because it hurts feelings, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it hurts feelings, but look, I think it says,
no, what I'm saying is
idiots.
People are afraid of the word gun.
Right. And they don't want to cause a panic.
And we've seen it a bunch of times. Well, look,
Nathan, excuse me, attention Walmart shoppers, please. We need a staple gun. I mean, we need a staple driving device in aisle 6.
Yeah.
So staple gun, tape gun.
Yeah, it's crazy.
AR-15 gun. I mean, all these things.
Shotgun.
We're gonna have. We can't say gun anymore.
Yeah, it goes right along with what
silly.
we're seeing in colleges and universities.
And
remember
the industry.
The professor that called because of the ROTC, right? She was scared.
And I just heard on NPR again this evening as I was coming to the studio, and they were talking about the professor that's leaving because they're going to allow guns in Texas. And he kept talking about...
Wait, what? Allow guns? What do you mean? On campus?
On campus in Texas. He's leaving...
Where's he going? Canada?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't have guns there.
No, they don't.
Jeez.
No, none. The state's really long, though. It's really wide.
The biggest whitetail deer hunting state in the nation.
Yeah,
is Pennsylvania,
but guns for hunting are okay.
Very different. So he was going on like, well, I have to be very careful when I give exams because, exams are very emotional and somebody could be upset by the grade. Well, nothing stops them from coming in with a gun and blowing away you without this law.
Right.
And how often does that happen?
Well, that's kind of the point of
and they
the
don't
law,
realize they don't realize this is 21-year-old and older, right? So 75 to 80% of their students are under the age of 21. They're not going to be able to lawfully carry a gun on campus.
Unless it's a grad school.
And it's older students that tend to be more responsible and adults. Yeah. And
because they're the ones that are usually in charge of the fraternities.
And so, those are the non-traditional students that are in their 20s and 30s, like I was. I carried a gun all the time.
Definitely non-traditional.
No, that's what they're called.
No, I know what you're saying.
Okay, any student over 25 is non-traditional.
Yeah, I was very traditional.
You were.
And I carried guns where I legally could.
So what I'm saying is all of this crap they're talking about, all this one professor said, I'll have to be very careful about not provoking my students. Well, if you're going to provoke a student to the point where they want to use deadly force, maybe you should stop short of that anyway.
You might want to rethink the way you're dealing with students.
And one anatomy teacher and biology teacher says, well, I'm just going to teach my students like I always do. I'm just not going to go into any kind of provocative topic. Well, what the hell's provocative about an artery? It's an artery, and this is the name of the artery, and this is a muscle, and this is the name of the muscle. If you're going to be provocative about anatomy, what the hell's going on? Don't be provocative about stuff. Teach the damn anatomy class. It's not like it's, female gender studies.
Well, it actually might be. But
it could be. Well, they should all die anyways. Oh. The views expressed on Ad Show does not necessarily reflect the views of...
Yeah, don't.
But my point is, if somebody wants to shoot a professor, they're going to do it regardless of the law. Mm-hmm. My point is, it's rare that somebody's going to provoke violence against a professor. It doesn't happen very often. So I can't say that allowing guns will increase that, but I will say that it might decrease it, because what might happen is that the person that comes in with a gun and wants to shoot their professor might think twice, saying, ooh, there could be 2 or 3 people in my classroom that are carrying guns right now and might put up a fight against me, so maybe I won't do it. And I'll wait until the professor goes out in the parking lot and do his car at home and blow him away there.
Yeah. So, which is why the professor should also be carrying a gun.
Exactly, because that's what they don't realize is they are allowed to carry guns.
Right.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
Here's the deal, and this is where this is a gotcha, right? And it's going to get you. So I'm warning you, but you have to.
It's going to get you. Going to get you.
You have to answer. What about the student that can legally carry a gun, carries a gun all year long, no problems, right? And then he's given back a test.
Mm-hmm.
The grade is an F,
yep.
And it infuriates him so bad.
Been there,
right?
Done that.
That normally what he would do is get up and hit the teacher, punch him. But he was legally concealed carrying his handgun on campus because of Students for Concealed Carry on Campus. Got this law passed. He gets so angry that instead of punching him, he stands up, grabs his gun, and shoots him. What's going to stop that?
Nothing's going to stop that, except maybe someone else carrying a gun. But what I'm saying is the professor should probably give all the grades via email.
That's not a bad idea.
And
or
not do it in class.
Not give bad grades, because it might
see, that's the other thing they're saying is that we won't be. Oh, and then they're giving the advices. Well, limit your office hours. You don't want to, have interactions with students at all. And they hardly do now.
And no kidding. I remember how hard it was for me and I went to a small college.
Yeah.
It
was like 7 students and 15 professors. You still couldn't get it.
Right. Well, they were always on trips selling the ideas that their students came up with.
Yeah. Ooh. Or smoking marijuana.
Those were the ideas that the students came up with.
Yeah.
No, okay. Where was I going with this?
The grades, giving the grades.
No, the reducing office hours and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That is actually, in reality, what we're seeing in schools, especially in Michigan.
But not because of guns.
No, yes, because of guns. That's what I'm saying.
No.
So you think about the schools in Michigan, right, where you can legally open carry into a high school or any school, right? A public school.
Well, this is a parent-teacher relationship now, not a student.
But what I'm saying is what the schools are doing, either allowing it because they know the law, or they're saying, fine, you can do it. But what we're going to do is disrupt the entire school day, right? We're going to stop teaching the students.
Yeah,
we're going to go into lockdown. We're going to call the police. And what you're doing is you're depriving these students of an education by exercising your rights, carrying a firearm into the school. It's the same thing,
it doesn't
right?
have anything to do with office hours.
Yes, it does, because what you're saying is reducing the service that you're providing to students by not interacting with the students, not helping them with their work because you're afraid of guns.
I'm saying that's already happening without the guns. So, I mean,
sure, but there's some room to reduce them.
Yeah,
I think so. But that's what it is. It's a fine. If you want to carry guns, you're going to pay the price, right? And what we're going to try to do is get the community to turn against you.
Right.
Because now you're affecting,
and you'll be stigmatized.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it's already they've already been doing that. Anyways, I just thought
I didn't say it's new.
It's going to be a non-issue in Texas. Yeah. Like it is in all the other states that allow campus carry.
It's weird that it happens all over and it doesn't really cause any problems.
Oh, boy.
So, all right, we're going to take a break. AdOutShow.com, myparentsopencarry.com, Facebook.com/AdOutShow. Trivia question.
Damn it. Who is the only president to have been a prisoner of war?
Oh, I know this one. We'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Freedom to live the life she wants.
I was working as a corporate executive. I never had time with my family. Then I got downsized. I decided I was never going to work for anyone again. What I like about this is I get to be my own boss, work at home around my family, and provide a great lifestyle.
Go